Good morning, Madam Chairman. Pleased to have you hear this bill. It's a House Committee substitute for House Concurrent Resolution 13. It's the sesquicentennial celebration of the semi-quincentennial celebration of the American Revolution. It's a brother bill to HCR7, Senator Byrnes bill that you all passed and sent over to us, and we've been working on it in the House as well. The Semi-Quincentennial Commission was established by Congress to inspire all Americans and each American to participate in our greatest milestone ever, the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States of America. And so this bill is to establish that commission to do that. It has a 15-member board headed by the governor or his designee. And you can see on page 3 there the members of the board that are to be put on this. On line 80, we do have a mistake here, and we would ask that this bill be amended in the Senate for this reason. It says 2 members of the Missouri Historical Society appointed by the governor. We thought that was the proper group to have. It turns out the Missouri Historical Society is a small group from St. Louis. What we really need is the State Historical Society of Missouri instead of the Missouri Historical Society. They're 2 separate entities, and so we'd ask for an amendment on the bill here. We have amended the bill in the Senate, bill in the House to match that language already. So if there are any questions, I'd be very happy to answer them.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone here to testify in support? Anyone in opposition? Anyone for informational purposes only? Any closing remarks?
Thank you for hearing our bill. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Next, Representative Byrnes. So we're on hold. Things get a little, mixed up at this time of year. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for hearing this resolution.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Resolution 21, HCR 21, it is a bill to ask for on behalf of Missourians, especially those in St. Louis, North County, St. Charles County, those that went to Francis Howell in St. Charles County. It is to beg the people of this capital to stand up for them, because since World War II and the Manhattan Project, the federal government has let bomb waste lay amongst our businesses, our homes, and even had an atomic bomb processing plant 1,000 feet from a high school. That high school is still there today. I'm going to keep it really simple because I think you guys probably are somewhat familiar with that. But Coldwater Creek is in North County, and so many barrels. I've actually saw a photo, and when they told me they ran out of barrels, they started open dumping. I looked at that photo. They may have ran out of barrels in the country, and it laid there next to the airport, and it got into the creek, and it got into the homes, and a federal agency admitted that if you lived in that area in 2019, they admitted that your chance of dying from cancer or having illness was greatly increased. Yet nobody came to the aid of those people and asked for their medical care or any of their expenses to be covered. So that's what this is about. It's to take a good look at the entire region. You have gross negligence that happened at Francis Howell, where for decades yellow cake laid, kids played in quarries. I was one of them. And we have a tremendous amount of injury, and what we are asking is you to join us in having the federal government take accountability for what has happened to the St. Louis and St. Charles County region for decades. And with that, I'll close.
All right. Are there any questions from anyone on the committee? Seeing none, is there anyone here to testify in support? All right. Why don't you come forward? Is your microphone on?
I thought it was. Okay. There you go. All right, so for all of you at home, my name is Michael Berg with the Missouri Sierra Club, and just here to testify in support of House Concurrent Resolution 21 and 22. It's important that we get to the bottom of what happened during the nuclear weapons production, especially in the St. Louis area, and examine issues of compensation and make sure everybody's rectified for the horrible damage that's been done in the state.
All right. If you hang on a second, Colton, could you take the roll?
O'Laughlin.
Here.
Rowden. Here. Brown. Eigel. Luke DeMeyer. Here. May. Here. Williams. Got a quorum.
Okay, we have a quorum. Does anyone on the committee have any questions of the witness? All right, seeing none. Anyone else in support?
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ashley Byrnes, and I am representing myself, my community, and our Jana Elementary PTA today. Radioactive waste is a widespread Missouri problem impacting an entire region of the state, 3 counties with potential further reach. Impacts of these environmental disaster zones include past and current problem impacted areas. The bought, sold, stored, placed, moved, dumped, abandoned, wind-blown, water-transported radioactive waste has negative long-term health and environmental impacts. The stories of such are many and definitive. In fact, many people in various stages of impact provided their testimonies as to the disastrous implications on themselves, their families, their friends, their communities, and their dreams. I ask if you, for just even one moment, might consider voting down this resolution. You consider the already previously given 4.5 hours of personal testimony already made in addressing this resolution. I would ask this committee to enter all of the previously made in-person testimonies so that they may be cross-applied in this hearing as well. Such negative impacts have been made abundantly clear over the last 80 years, with new exposures to the ongoing risk occurring daily. Your state agencies have already done their due diligence to alert federal agencies of the harm done here, yet nothing more was done by the federal government. In fact, perpetuating predatory agencies like the Department of Energy further work to codify in law some of the most minimal cleanup standards allowed in the United States, translating to a risk of what other polluters deem acceptable. However, it includes that for every 10,000 people, one person is allowed to die from cancer. Further, the Department of Energy sought to employ disinformation through well-funded PR campaigns, weaponizing our tax dollars against Missourians. PR campaigns, rather than provide timely and necessary information to the public about the pervasiveness of radioactive waste near our schools, parks, businesses, neighborhoods, all across 3 Missouri counties, St. Louis County, and St. Charles County, each with deeply documented evidence of admitted reckless regard for the lives of Missourians alive from the 1940s to current and present day residents. At our PTA in Missouri, we focus on and include environmental justice and school safety measures as some of the obstacles and important things that we address. During my normal duties as the Jana Elementary PTA president, I was made aware of the accumulating radioactive waste from Coldwater Creek. It's a major tributary to the Missouri River and used as a major but failing flood control mechanism for North St. Louis County. It was dug and dammed by the Army Corps of Engineers themselves, also perpetrators of the radioactive waste, and it has slowly turned North County's historically agricultural lands into unwilling radioactive waste holding cells. This radioactive creek and its floodwaters run onto the property of more than one of our public schools in Missouri. I can speak directly to the Jana Elementary School, where, because of its contamination, was forced to close just last year. Major floodwaters have transported radioactive waste in fine particulate form in soil. Wind picks up the dry and powdered particulate and carries it all over the communities, accumulating in dust and dirt, inside structures, outside on exteriors, and within the soils our kids play in. With no regard for the people or children, the Department of Energy has allowed this to continue, and our people continue to suffer. Our school is just one of the specific examples where children and teachers, past and present, have been put at a greater risk, needlessly, because of the Department of Energy's failures to address the risk of their own radioactive waste made directly by their hands and their agency. Additionally, the Department of Energy promised the community to comply with federal CERCLA law, including the protective cleanups, transparency, community inclusion, and good faith science, yet today have deliberately delayed and misled the public when requests for information related to public health risks and environmental exposure of radioactive waste have been made. Such examples of delayed and misleading information include my own direct example and has required many and multiple FOIA attempts to get information specifically about the school where my child goes. The proximity to radioactive waste in the school is now, just now, only being publicly acknowledged. And it's only because of those FOIAs I have filed as a PTA president that any of this information about Jana Elementary, the Coldwater Creek, and its long legacy has truly come to light. We are grateful for all of your work, and we hope to see more work from you on this issue to address it where we can. The accumulating radioactive waste has taken more than 80 years to get here. It will take your work to undo the effects. Speaking to the fiscal responsibility of this bill, your own agencies understand that this will cost no dollars to the Missouri state to enact, but it does not recognize the money that it will bring back to the pockets of Missourians. Medical debt is the #1 reason of bankruptcies across the nation. Here, we can stop and limit the amount of personal bankruptcies within Missourians who are fighting for their lives because of this radioactive waste. I encourage you to vote in favor of this resolution, and I do hope that if you have any questions, I do stand fully open for any questions you might ask, and hope to enlighten you any further you need.
Thank you for that. Any questions from anyone on the committee? Seeing none. Thank you for your testimony. Is there anyone else in support? Anyone in opposition? Anyone for informational purposes only? Hearing none, that concludes this issue. I make a motion the committee adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Thank you.